Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Nabi back again. And I wanted to discuss this real quick because when people look at the story of what happened in the garden with Eve and the serpent, this is kind of what they're picturing. That she was literally talking to a snake on how not to eat an apple from a tree. But that is so far from the truth. And we can thank the pastors who really led people astray with it, right? This is more of the truth of what really happened during that time. So we're going to get into this. So tomorrow we're going to go in depth on my live. So I'm going to go live on YouTube tomorrow. And so if y'all can subscribe, click the notification bell so that you can get notifications for those that see this today. All right. I'm starting to channel over, so things are kind of moving along slowly, right? So, in any case, let me greet everybody. Bdub, all the way to the main. Vasas los bonjamezmi, kedabawani konnichiwa. Ni hani ama, sani bonani, jambo harbarigani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. So, this is more of what happened that she was having a conversation with the Nahash, and the Nahash was good looking, right? Now, why did this fail so badly for human beings, and why did the first woman, or the first woman in the garden, bring evil into the world? What caused her to disobey the Most High? And she did not disobey the man, she directly disobeyed the Most High. Because if you go back to Genesis, and they're having a conversation, she lets the Nahash know that God told her not to have a conversation with him, to learn anything from him, and not to touch him. Oh, notice how I said that? That's basically what happened, right? Now, we're going to discuss in this video on how he appealed to her by getting to her vanity and exalting her above the man, telling her she could be like God. All right, that was the thing that pushed her over the edge to where she said, plus he was good looking. So she gave him some of the box, right? Okay, so now that we got that picture, it's the same thing that people are doing today to get money off of the Bdub, to keep her in the church, to keep her manipulating her sons and weakening them spiritually and mentally so that they could use them to be physically strong and stuff. And look at the mess that's going on in the church. The church is really a club for now the LGBTQRS. And you can't blame them, because by design, the church is doing it what it was meant to do, which was destroy the Afro people, community, and family. Because the religion that the pastors are preaching is not our religion. All right. And this is why they put women in the forefront. It's the same thing that it told the serpent. The scripture literally tells them in their own New Testament, which they say they believe in outside of the commandments, that the woman is not to usurp authority over the man. The woman is not to be preaching or leading any man. It says that the woman is supposed to be sitting in silence in the religion that they're preaching, with her holding that open Bible. So what the hell is going on here? Did anyone know? Well, it's the same thing that the serpent had. Sweet talk told her she would. He told her that she would be exalted over the man, that she'll be able to be in charge of men, that she's going to be spiritually in the place of the man, where she has authority. And authority isn't coming from God. The authority is coming from those who wish evil on them, the community. And why do they wish evil? Because the evil that they bring in by trying to usurp the man makes these churches rich, which is why it's a $1 billion a year industry. All right. Here's another thing you must understand, right? That out of anger, that men are waking up and becoming strong again. All right. The ones that they want to manipulate, Remember, these women don't want good men. They want the good men to be hung around so that when they're done in this religion and everything else being run through by the bad men, that their backup plan, the good men, will still be around. They are not going to be married off to other women, not to the younger women and stuff. And so these women go against the younger women. Anybody that shows them the good Afro man pleasure, these women will attack. Why is that? Because the heart has been corrupted, right? And so what's happening is that people don't understand what the woman really did in Genesis, and we are seeing it being acted out now. All right. All right, so now let's break this down real quick. All right. It says, and Abel, he also brought the first of his flock and the fat thereof. So he brought a good sacrifice. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but to Cain and his offering he had not respect. Right? And out of anger, we know what happened after this. Cain slew Abel. The reason why I mention this, right, is if they both gave good offerings from the heart, why didn't the Most High accept Cain? And I would ascertain that the Most High didn't accept Cain's offering is because Cain is the offspring of Eve and the serpent, the Nahash in the garden, the people he told them not to mess with. Now, I want y'all to understand these allegories. The tree is not a tree, it's a group of beings, like family tree. The fruit is not a fruit like an apple. It's the thing for knowledge. That's why when you're getting knowledge, you eat bread, you break bread. The fruit comes into your head, and to consume that knowledge is to eat. That's what it's talking about, right? And we know this by what happens in Genesis 10 when you go down and read, when the Most High, when asked him, who told you you were naked? How did you know you were naked? Who told you were naked? Did you eat of the tree? So when we look at this, now you come back on this and you see that Cain's offering was not respected because Cain is only half human. As a matter of fact, his seed is that of the fallen. So the Most High did not have respect for that seed. Now, here's another thing. The women that brought the wickedness into the world from this disobedience brought up another thing where people think that, oh, nothing happened to them until the man took the fruit. And that's not true. The thing that destroyed the human beings to begin with was when the woman took the fruit. Why? Because not only did she touch the Nahash, which the Most High said, do not eat or touch in that order. So do not learn from or do not have a physical relationship with them. She did that, right? And when she did, she bore the seed of the Nahash, Cain. Cain killed Abel. All right, as we now know in scripture, right? But here's the thing. When the Most High was walking as he normally does, all right, he wasn't walking because of what happened. He walked as he normally does, and the man understood he was naked and hid. And this is where the questioning started. All right, because the questions were going to be asked because they have knowledge of good and evil now. All right, understand what the Most High did. He questions the man. Then he tells the woman, what is this that thou have done? And then when she told what had happened, then he went after the snake, the woman, and the man. Now understand something. For those that said nothing happened to the man. No, the woman is the cause of all of this. And the Most High, though, what he did was he got the story from everyone and punished them according to the severity of how they sinned against him, against what he said. All right. And it's the same trope that you see today where the Bdub will come into the community She will eat off the Afro man, gain notoriety, but it's easy to deceive her and tell her, well, you could be with a billionaire who already have children. See, they want a black man with no children, but the Caucasian man can already have children. She'll want to give that man more children. She'll sign a prenup and everything else, right? Because she believes it gives her status over everyone else because of who she's with. And that's the same thing the Eve of the scriptures thought too. Now, when I said Cain was not in the line of Adam, right? I put this up here. Eve named Cain as she says, I have gotten a man child. So notice how Eve named him, not Adam, not the man. I'm going to say Hawa named her. The man named the woman Hawa, or as we say, Eve, right? Why did she name him? Because, and not Adam, because it wasn't his child. When you look at his genealogy, Genesis and 5, Seth is the one that's going to carry his seed and multiply his seed. Seth. Not Cain, because Cain is not from him, and not Abel, because Cain slew Abel. All right? Understand this. And so, basically, for this power, the Bdub is enamored with witchcraft and everything. And we're going to talk about this in depth tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell, right? Tomorrow at 7, we're going to talk about it. It's already set up. And y'all may see it in the Ready Center on YouTube, right? But there's such a desire to be in the man's position, or even if they have everything, they want more. Because at the end of the day, what they're looking for is worship. They desire worship. They desire worship as they worship those who oppress. Why do you think that the weave is $1 billion a year industry? All right. So there's a couple of things people got wrong. So they like, nothing happened to the man, did the fruit. And then when you read, you look like nothing happened to the Most High was ready to get them all. Right? It was not the man's fault, because nobody was in charge of anybody. All those boundaries were set as punishment when the Most High was handing them out. If you notice, the Most High put a curse on the woman's coochie. Why was that? Why did he punish her coochie? He punished it because that's what she used to betray the man and the Most High, by getting with the serpent, the Nahash. The Nahash, he bound him, right? And so the seed of the man was going to battle the seed of Cain. That's what that part means, right? Never really understood it until you read Genesis 3, 4, and 5 together. All right. Now, here's another thing. This is more likely the conversation. And when you look at it and how she was punished, and then look at the genealogies, you can see that this woman, when the Most High said don't touch, he didn't want a physical relationship with the watchers that were in the midst of the garden. That's who they were. He didn't want the humans to know the knowledge of the watchers who were in the midst of the garden. All right. The Bdub failed on every end and brought the wickedness by way of Cain into the land. The wickedness that was going to be battling the human beings, the seed of Adam, all the way up until judgment. All right. This is why the Bdubs betray in such a way, because a lot of them have this lineage, and then you have a few of them that do not, that are sisters that understand that they want to be on the side of mankind or men or the Afro men. All right. So this is something that you must understand. Now, as a result of this, the men are waking up today and the women are realizing that they're going to hit the wall alone because the men are seeing them for who they are. They see them for women that's going to betray them, divorce them at the drop of a hat, not worth marriage, not worth anything else because they're too much of a risk to us because they still have that desire to be worshiped just like the first woman of the garden. And I say that understanding that that wasn't the only woman at the time. All right. So again, share the video, subscribe, and when you subscribe, click the notification bell and understand that tomorrow I will be live, same channel, and we're going to discuss this in depth. And y'all know we're going to have all the scriptures there. And you can come into the panel, you can ask questions and everything else. All right. If you can, donate to the channel for what we do in the community. It'll be most appreciated. But remember, you take care of yourself and family first. All right. With that said, people, I'm out.